everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here to share with you a special album that I have made for my dad. I wanted to make this for him as a memory of his life, and I have to say that it was a challenge for me because this is not my style of crafting. So this is like quite like vintage, and I try to go to the old type of pictures to the newest color ones. So I try to make the transition in the best way I could. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you this. So I'm gonna go ahead and start showing you all the cover. This is a design from Kathy Horta from Paper Phenomenon. I had the tutorial to do the everyday life medium size. So as I was short of time, I wanted to do one pre-designed album. So I haven't tried one of her tutorials, so I choose this one, and I just change the backs, the inside cover and the back side, because as I made this album with pictures, it start to be quite chunky. So I tried to make it the best way I could, so I decided not to do the design on the back side of the cover. So this is how I made all the structure and the decoration of the outside on the front cover. I tried to put touches of colors, and the paper collection I used is called Documented Memories, if I'm not wrong, or Memories Documented. Yeah, Memories Documents. I had two paper collections that are the same, but they are from different brands. One belongs to Simple Memories and the other one belongs to Recollections, and both of them are discontinued at the moment, and I had the help of two ladies that sent me the collections because they had it on their stash. So I want to be successful with them. They know who they are, and thanks to them this is possible. So I will go ahead and start to show you what I create. So I call this album Memories in Time from Past to Present, World Greatest Dad. So this is my dad, you guys. This is my dad. And his birthday was the last February 17th, and I want to make this for him, as I said. So I had this beautiful quote. I have had this for a long time, and I can say for years, and I never found the correct project to use it, and I think this is it. So it calls A Dad's Love, and it says, "You can look through this book without realizing how much I love you, but don't underestimate the love that your dad also has for you. Your father has a soft place in his heart for you, but he expressed his life feelings differently. I use my scrapbook to tell you my thoughts. Your dad, may not write in a special book, but he revealed his love for you in other ways that may not always be visible." So I will go ahead and put this back in the pocket. And then in this little card or embellishment, I did my little note for him that says to mi papa from Annie, because my family calls me Annie. And then here we put don't forget memories. Oh, sorry, don't forget moments. So I mostly use distressed, so I got this from the paper collection and stick it in here, and it looks like a single piece of designer paper. And here says happiness is in the journey, not the destination. And at the back, that's my stamp. And as you can see, some of the papers are like foil. This is some kind of foil, and that's the difference between the two paper collections that I use. Both are exactly the same, but the Recollections one has some sheets with this look. Okay? Can you see? So that's the difference. Then I use one of my Alice dies to make this decoration and some dimensional stickers. So la decoración en esta pequeña tarjetita dice memorias en el tiempo del pasado al presente, perdón. Y aquí dice el mejor papá, mi papá. So I'm gonna go ahead. I think I'm better doing the video in just in English because it's too complicated. It's too much to explain, and I will explain to him. I will send instructions with the mini album. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up the mini album, and here is the first side. As I said, I start from the past to the present. So here I use, let me see, move it right there. This is the inside side of the front cover. So this is one of the few pictures that I have of my grandmother and my grandfather. These are my dad's parents, so it says it's all in the genes, and it's for cherish. So here I made a little explanation of my dad's birth. So Reinaldo Fernández Barrocas, in English would be, were born on La Habana, Cuba, youngest son of Clara y Alberto Jesus, who years later will be mi papá, means my dad. So here in these sheets, I just wrote all his details. I mean, his full name, his nickname, his date of birth, place of birth, and his profession, his parents' name and date of birth, his grandpa's, his siblings. So this opens up like this, and here you'll see up here is one of his first picture and the year that was taken. So this is my dad with 1 year old, and this is my dad the day he was born on 1959. So here it says were born in Havana, Cuba, my dad, Reinaldo Fernández Barrocas, the date of the birth, and welcome to the world, Reinaldo. So this opens up like this, and this is a small picture with my dad and my grandmother. And here it says snapshots of a good and happy life. So I choose 2 of them. Then here is another picture of my grandmother with my dad. And as my grandmother passed away last June, 2017, I just wanted to add this little card from the paper collection that says, I think about you always and every day. So here I put this little quite dimensional clock, and it's for memories. And that's another picture with my grandmother, with my dad being a baby. And this is a picture from his baptism. So I choose special occasion. As it's not here, I just wrote in Spanish, baptism. I love this paper collection for this kind of mini albums, because it just fits when you are going to use all pictures, especially in black and white. So this closes like this, and this comes back in here, and this is a picture of, I love this picture. This is one of the few pictures that I have from my dad and my uncle. So my uncle also passed away like 8 years ago, and he was a great man. So I was just put this picture in here because it has to be here. He was a great brother, and I just put here together with my dice. These are C6 dice, and I put in Spanish here, a brother is that best friend that we have not to choose. So un hermano es el mejor amigo que no tuvimos que escoger, and that's totally true. So this opens up like this, and this is a pocket, and this is the pictures, and I wrote here something about them. So this is my dad and this is my uncle. They had 12 years in between. My uncle was 12 years older than my dad. So this is the only picture that I remember to have, seen on my house from my grandparents and my uncle and my dad. So I just choose to put it here. This is my dad, my uncle, my grandmother, and my grandfather. And I never knew him because he passed away when my dad was a kid. So I just put this little tag here, and I wrote in Spanish, this is the only picture of my family that survived the time. Remember of my childhood. A memory of my childhood. So I used dice to put it in the corner, and here says home is where the heart is. So yesterday is never over, yesterday endures forever. And just a beautiful way to talk about this picture for me. And these are two flaps, and then I add this here, and they can put another picture that they have at home. I just used the one I had in hand. So this is for him to put his memories about his mother, his father, his grandparents, and about other relatives. So he can also write here if he wants. And here I have like photo mats. This is my grandmother, her brother, and my dad. This is like a zoo or something. I don't know who she is. So this is something that I wrote there, and this is my dad, a little bit older. Then flips up like this, and here's another one. So this is my dad. This is older of my grandmother's sisters, my dad and my uncle. So this closed like this, and I had to work on this picture because it was very damaged because of the time. It was broken and I had to fix it. I used this way to laminate if you can see, it's laminated. So this is my dad on his teenage years. So he used to dance in 15 birthday parties, and this is the group that danced with him. So this is him, and here says, "Find joy in every journey." So remember good times, and I just cut it in half after working on it and stick it like that. I think it's a good idea. So here is another pocket, and it says "Life is," and a bunch of choices, and I just one big party because my dad loves to be in parties, and much more in Spanish. So I put these two pictures here, and this flips open like that, and says, I don't know the year. I know he's in 1980, 1980, no, 70 something. So I leave it in blank, so my dad will write the year if he remember it. So this is my dad. This one here is my dad. So this is one of his friends. I think this friend passed away when they were young, but I'm not sure. I think this is the one. But so these are the moments I want to remember. So this comes back in the packet, and here this one is for the year that I was born, but I don't have that those pictures here, so I will be mailing to them when I receive them because they are coming from Cuba. So this is a little tag to add a picture here, and he can write his memories about my birth here. So he was, I think, like 23-year-old when I was born. So this is my dad at that age, and this opens up, and these are 4 more spots for pictures, and this opens up like that, and this is also my dad, and I put this little charming here, and it says, "Memory is a way of holding on to the things you love, the things you are, and the things you will never want to lose." And this is a beautiful quote, so he can place another picture here and here. I mean, it can be slided behind the embellishments. So I'm sorry. And here it says Ana Gloria. That's my full name. My first one and my middle name. Who, Ana Gloria, what? My daughter was born. When? May 20th, 1980. Where? La Habana, Cuba. Why? I was father for first time. So this is what it says here. Here should go a picture of me being a baby, and also here and here and here and here pictures of me with my dad at that age. So, but he will need to wait for my pictures. So here's another picture from my father being young. So here's another spot for pictures that can be slided in here, and then this spot is for my sister's birth, and I don't have the pictures either here, so because many of those pictures are in Cuba. So on October 21 of 1984. And here is another one. This is my brother and his other 2 brothers. So I mean his sister and his brother. And this is my brother with me and my sister. So he has 4 siblings. 2 for father's side and 2 for mother's side. So put this back in the pocket. Let's close this. This goes back in here, and then, oh my god, here. Okay, I had this little tag here, and this is Alberto. His friends from all his life. This is my father, and this is his friend, and these are just other friends of him. This is my brother now, my father, and some friends of him. This is up, and this is just a picture, some pictures of my father and his wife. These are really new pictures. So this go back in there, and come on, stay there. This is another spot, another picture of my dad, and I write there some stuff that I think about him, and he says, "You're awesome." And this is another picture, it says me and my dad, and he's my dance teacher. He teach me to dance salsa. That's a dance that we had that almost all Latins, especially in Cuba, we dance. And he teach me to dance when I was 5 years old. So this is something that I wrote here. So this was a few months ago when he lives in Miami and I live in Nebraska. So I made a trip and we seen each other after like 2 years and a half. And we just danced that time, and it was very fun to dance with my dad again. It feels like home, I can say. So this comes back in here, and in that occasion we went to eat, and he doesn't know my daughter, so in this occasion he met her because she was born in Israel, and when he left the country, he also lives in Israel with us. I had her like a month after he left, so this is the occasion when he met her. So this is my second oldest son, me, my sister, his girlfriend, and my stepmother. And this is the last side of the album. Oh, and here I wrote a little quote that says, "Happiness is unconditional love. A family makes life beautiful." And I just decided not to do this display like this design here, which the original design has. And I decided just made a pocket, and for his grandchildren pictures, and here says grandpa. They don't call him grand for nothing. And here says father is a son's first hero and a daughter's first love. So these are all his grandchildren. These are my kids and my sister kids. This is my oldest. This is my second oldest. These two girls are my daughters. My sister's daughters, sorry. And here's the generations in Spanish. And this is another picture of this occasion. He was a little kid and now has 14 years old, so this is an old picture. This is a recent one. This is my daughter, and this was the day, as I said, the day they met each other. This is another picture. This was in Israel. In Israel. It says forever remember. This is another picture. It says you are loved. And these are all the grandchildren of the other side of the family. So as this is a really recent picture and they are all in there, so I can just stick this picture in here and they have them all in just one picture. And he says, live simply and love deeply. Now these pictures come here, inside here, the pocket. And I think this is a very fun, this is gonna be a very fun album for him. And this is the back side. This goes in here. So I hope my dad likes this album, and I had a lot of fun making this for him. I tried to put all his memories in here as much as I can because it's a long life. I had to skip one or another moment in his life, but it's mostly of everything here. So I hope he likes it, and I hope you guys like it too. And you can leave me a comment if you want to. I will be happy to read them. So see you next time in next project. I hope you like this. Bye bye.